Good morning. So I hope you're doing well today. And it's a perfect day for a workout because it's a little gray outside. So we'll get you moving and brighten up your day. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that excuse me, you can see me, and including my head and feet. Perfect. So if you have any questions while I explain the workout, feel free to type it in the live chat. I can see if something pops up here. I'm going to go grab my glasses just to make sure I can read everything if it does happen. This is a circuit today. So I have a timer, and we're doing 50-second on with a little 10-second break in between the exercise. I have 6 exercises. At the end of these 6, we're going to take a full minute break and then repeat it. We're doing 3 rounds of that. Anytime I offer some modification, but if you're feeling pain in your knees, reduce the size of the movement. I'm going to give you some cues as to how to align it to make sure that it doesn't happen. But if that's not working for you, don't push through any pain. It is not worth it. So keep it a little bit smaller for movement. Or if we're doing, for example, there's Cossacks, we're going side to side. If when we're doing that, your knees are really protesting, then give me some squats, whatever works for you. It's fine, you can modify, just do a different exercise if something comes to mind. And as I'm explaining, if you're seeing me doing it and you're trying it at home before we start, again, feel free to type in the little chat. So I will go get those glasses so I can read if there's questions. Okay, and so we'll give everyone, so I see there's 4 people watching right now. There's still a minute left, so I'll give people a chance to pop in. And today, if you see here, I have a yoga mat. I do not really need the yoga mat because I have a nice padded floor, but I'm going to use it for a reference and to explain to you some of the movement because we're using the length of the mat. If you don't have a yoga mat at home, you don't need it. There's no impact. So feel free to wear shoes or not, depending on what you are used to. I'm used to working barefoot, and that's what I'm going to do, but feel free to wear shoes, but again, there is no impact. And do what you can. So, okay, we will get started with our little warm-up. I have 2 light weights, so I posted in the group workout that you'll need light weights and a mat. If you do not have weights, you can use 2 filled water bottles. The weights that I have are 3 pounds. That's what I'm going to use today. And if you have a little heavier, that's okay. I'll give you some options for that as well. That's it. All right, let's get started. So feet under your hips, and we're going to pay attention to our posture. So as we're doing the warm-up, also notice little areas that are more sensitive on you. So if we're doing the hip circles, you're like, ow, this is painful today. Well, then you know to pay attention to that. So nice and tall, you're going to breathe in and breathe out. As you're breathing out, think about the pelvic floor in, slight engagement, and you're going to find your balance on one leg. So unlock the leg you're standing on, bend the other, give me some little circle. We're going to do a few, you can touch to reset. We're going to do a few balance warm-up exercise because we do have some balance in our workout. Good, one more. Let's do the other leg. Unlock your knee, bend the other, little movement. So I hope that even though, well, I don't know if it's raining yet, but I already went for a walk this morning. So I hope you're finding ways to stay active in these weird times. Balance on the other leg, straighten this one, and then give me some big circle. So at lunchtime here, we do a group workout, other direction. So there's more than just me to motivate to do a workout. So it's kind of nice to have someone else to work out with. And So that's one of the things that I do to stay active. And I like to do these because also, like a lot of you said, it's good to have a live video because you have like an appointment with me. Same for me, I have an appointment with you. So it's helping me as well. Finding your balance on one leg, you're going to straighten the other one in front, you're going to flex your foot. And then here, you're going to rotate it to one side and then the other. I do have a dog as well, so it requires a lot of exercise. So that is helping me stay active. Because if we don't all take him, he does complain, and he's very vocal. So that's helping us get off our sofa during the day. All right, and we're going to move up to the hips. So feet a little wider. And you're going to bend your knees and you're going to give me some circles. So as you're doing your circles, sometimes we have a tendency to just push here. I don't want any pinching into the low back. So I just want you to focus on those big circles with no squeezing the low back. Let's go in the other direction. Perfect. Back to center. Give me some circles with your shoulders. And you're going nice and easy. So we're not forcing it. You give me the circles that you can. Let's go in the other direction. And let's straighten our arms out. And one forward, the other one back. So one shoulder is rotating forward as the other is rotating back. So you're like twisting your arms in both directions, but in a nice way. And one more. Give me some wrist rotation. And the other direction. Good. A little bit more balance work. So feet are going to be under your hips. And you're going to give me a little mini squat. So you're just sitting over your heels. And then you're coming, straightening it up and engaging around your legs, moving your weight forward. Come off the floor maybe an inch. Nice ankle, straight ankles. Bringing it down. Little squat, so sitting back. So make sure here your knees are staying behind your toes. You're just sitting back. Push it to your heels, engage your glutes, and then come on up. Engage all of your legs. Press into the floor. Now transfer your weight forward. Let's come up a little bit higher, looking up. Again, ankles nice and straight, sitting back. Then we're going to go as high as we can. We're going to try and control it all the way down. So pulling up nice and tall, transferring into your toes. A little taller, and then let's try to control it. So pull yourself down. Pull, 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 and relax. Shake it out. Okay, feet a little wider than your hips. You're going to tap, and then we're going to reach. So just a little cardio to get going. So you're just reaching across. Again, you want to make sure you're monitoring your body, so don't push through pain here. If your shoulders are not letting you reach up, just keep your arms a little lower. Let's go across. Little rotation in your core here. Just a few more. Let's bend the knees a little bit more. If that doesn't work for you, don't bend the knees more. And last one. Okay, so we got 6 exercises. I'm going to show you all 6. Then we'll get going. And, excuse me, don't worry if you don't remember because I'm going to do them at the same time. So we've got a curtsy kick, step. So your feet under your hips. You're going to curtsy kicks. Curtsy, so the leg is going behind you a little off to the side. And then a curtsy. Now, my hips are staying pointing towards you. Little rotation back. But the important part is the knee. So I want that curtsy with a nice straight knee. My knee is not all over the place. So I'll show you a different angle. So curtsy here, knee stays here, and we're not twisting. So my hips are going behind. We're not twisting this here. That's a lot of pressure on all of this and this. We don't want that. So nice curtsy, side kick, touch. Curtsy, side kick, touch. When I'm doing this side kick, I'm not flicking my knee, I'm extending. And then we're doing Cossack. So in the 10 seconds, you're gonna grab your weights, and then we're gonna go nice and wide. Toes open a little bit to the corners of your mat, but again, play with those depending on how comfortable you are. So I don't wanna be here, that's really, really hard to maintain. So just a little wider than your hips, and you're gonna sit back. And then we're gonna move side to side. So I'm gonna go sideways. So I'm here, sitting back. My knees are not going forward, hips back. I'm gonna stay here and go side to side. Nice and solid on that knee, making sure it's tracking still over your toes. So tracking over your toes here and not going one way or the other. Then, that's your strength work. Then we're back to a cardio. You're gonna use your yoga mat for that. If you don't have one, that's okay. I want just off to the side, 2, 3, 4 step, bring it back to center, 1 big step back, 2 big step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so as big as you can while still being safe. So whenever I'm going back, my body is inclined, bum back. I'm not leaning with the upper body. Then we're gonna grab the weights again. Shoulder blades in the little pocket, curls. So I got 3 pounds, and then we're gonna bring it up here. Then we're gonna open 30 degrees and curl. Center, curl, open, curl. So if those are too easy, I'm gonna tell you to bring your arms a little higher, and then curl. And then open, curl. So watch for this. If you have a mirror, whenever you're doing it, make sure that you're not squeezing your shoulders. I'm going to remind you of that. Then weights down. We're going on the floor. We're practicing a get up, alternating both sides. So I want you to think you're nice and relaxed. And you hear a big noise, so you want to get up as fast as you can to go see it. Up. And you're going to look where you want to go. And we're going to alternate side. So you can put your hand on the floor and leg up. I'm going to redo one on the other side. Hand can be on the floor. Here you're helping yourself up. And then foot forward, ready to go. Begin again, stand up. You can use 1. Here 1 weight or 2 weight. 1 against each other. I'm going to kneel for this one, but we're going to do it standing up. So here. And then arms are going to be above your head. If your shoulders are not happy with it, you can keep your elbows bent a little bit. I don't want this to happen. So nice and tall. And you're going to pull out of your hips. I want you to think about a nice long torso, pulling up and a little bit over. My hip is not moving out to the side. It's not this. It's up and out, center, up, out, center. Okay? And that's it. So we're going to get started with our curtsy kicks. So keep your weights close to you. And we're going to start in a little bit less than 10 seconds. So let's get ready. Feet are going to be under your hips. I'm going to go with your right leg behind, curtsy, kick, step, left leg, curtsy, kick, step, curtsy, kick, step. A little faster, curtsy, kick, step, curtsy, kick, step. That curtsy, pull down with your hips. Sorry, curtsy and kick, step. So I don't want that upper body to fall forward. Kick, step, curtsy, kick, step. I'm going to go over it during the break again. But basically, I don't want this to happen. So you're not falling down, you're pulling yourself down. And curtsy, kick, step, 1 more, kick, step. Grab those weights. You're going to be here on your hips. The feet a little wider than the hips. Toes open or not, you're going to adjust. You're going to go over to one side, hips back. Then you're going to stay at this height, like the ceiling just came down. And you're going to slide side to side. I want you to push in the leg that you're extending. Push in that heel. squeeze the butt. So no pain in the knees. You should feel those in the glutes. Try to wiggle your toes a little bit. See that the weight is not in your toes. And again, I'm not inching forward here. I'm up here. Abs are in, sliding side to side. Breathe. Good. Press into those heels. We got 10 seconds. And then we're going to go into another cardio. Good. Back to center. Walk it in. Let's put those weights down a little bit further from the mat. And stand at the end of your mat. 4 big step forward. So 1, 2, 3, in line, in. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, in line, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, in line, center. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, in line, center. 1, 2, halfway there. 1, 2, 3, in line, and 1, 2. Again, 1, 2, 3, center. 1, 2. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, center. 1, 2. Forward. 2, 3, center. Back. And forward and grab those weights. So we're going to go into curls. Shoulders in line. Sorry. Shoulder blades in the little pockets. We don't want this. Arms in front. And we're going to curl up and down. Then open 30 degrees about. Curling up and down. So if here, back to center, it's good for you, keep it here. If you need a little bit more, let's bring it up a notch. So center, lift those arms, shoulder blades in, curl, extend. Open, shoulder blades in. Abs are engaged, squeezing the glutes. Center, in. And open. And center. So here, it's all hard. So you can pick, relax, one exhale over the other. Doesn't make sense. I'll explain. Get up. Okay, so we're on the floor. And we're gonna get ready and go. Getting up and leg ready to run forward. On the floor. Other side. Getting up, leg ready to run forward. On the floor. Getting up. So you're rolling over, leg ready, and on the floor. So make sure that whenever you're rolling back, you're not just landing, you're controlling your fall back. So I'm pulling myself down. I'm not letting my hip hit the floor. I'm controlling it down. So engaging those abs, your whole body is engaged during the entire movement, not just on the way up. Get a little faster for the last few. Again, you do what you can. One more. And let's come up. Grabbing those weights. Actually, let's do it on our knees because we're already on the floor. So, shoulders in the little pockets. 1 or 2 weights. Bring those weights up from your hips. Lighten. Let's go over. Back to center. Reset those shoulders. Lighten your core. Squeeze your glutes. Over. Breathing out to the center. Up. Over. Up. Over. Up. And over. So you should be feeling that into your sides here. Keep going. So up, over. So this is lengthening. I'm bringing it back to center. Up, over. And I'm feeling that lengthen. And I'm using that. Up, over. Up, over. Center. And relax. Good. Grab some water. And we're going to have a 1-minute break and go back into the next one. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in. So the upper body, whenever we're doing the curtsy kick or the Cossack side to side, I want your upper body to be thinking about pulling up. So when I'm curtsying, I'm going this way, but I'm not doing this. So I'm not collapsing the upper body. Same for that Cossack, side to side. Think of that elastic, pulling it down and then over. But you're not collapsing your upper body towards the ground. I hope that makes sense. And what did I say didn't make sense? So for the curl, it's both arms. So pick one. You're gonna inhale on the curl or exhale on the curl up. Up to you. Try to engage your pelvic floor at the same time. We've got 10 seconds. We're gonna start with those curtsy kick. Let's get ready. I'm gonna go a little faster because we know what we're doing right now. So right leg, your right leg is gonna go behind, kick, step, behind, kick, step. Now arms can be up here, nice and tight, or you can move them. You can follow that leg. I like to have them up here. I find it's helping me engage my core a little faster. I forgot to tell you that I have no music in the background here, so put your own music on. So all of those workouts, I don't put the music on, that way I don't have to worry about copyrights. So, and the music and my voice over, so you just get my voice, and you can put your own music. Good. Now we're gonna go into that Cossack, so grabbing those weights, feel a little wider than your hips, and let's go to one side. So let's go to your right, hips are back. Press into that right heel, push yourself over. So here, I'm not looking for speed. Think that you're moving through mud the whole time. You're pushing across, pushing across. If it's not hard enough, then lower it. Keep that bum low. If you can't lower it, move the weights up. So here the weights are in the center of your body. Move the weights up, and you can also move them away from your body. That's gonna make it harder. Breathe. Pushing into those heels. Every time you breathe out, I want you to think about the pelvic floor in. I know that's a lot to think about. That way it goes by faster too. Good. Back to center. Let's walk it in. Now, far wide. I want you to go as fast as you can, but in control. Let's get ready. And go. 1, 2, 3. 2 steps back. And again. Center. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Center. Doesn't matter which leg you use. I don't want you to worry about that. I try to alternate my forward, back. Doesn't really matter because you're doing 2 steps. It's just a bit forward. There's one more on one side. But really, I'm looking for you to be breaking a sweat here without having an impact on your joint. So we're not running or jumping. That's what I mean. And we're still bringing up our cardio. All right, curls, grabbing those weights. Now, if your arms were up, away from your, in front before, bring them up there. If not, keep them in next to you. And let's curl up. Shoulder blades in, abs in. Good. So, if you're here, you're gonna breathe out as you're lifting. And open. As you're bringing your arms up, you can keep that breathing pattern. But if it's not working for you, as long as you are breathing, trying to get that pelvic floor engagement as you're exhaling, then I'm happy. One more. All right, bring your arms down. Let's put those weights on the floor. Alternating, get up. So I want you to think we're still gonna stay on the floor, so the leg down, but up, forward. I want you to be ready to run forward or to get fully up. So be ready for that. because that's what's coming in the last round. So if you're getting busy with the up and down, just stand up and jog on the spot, or you can do little skips, or those reaches that we did in the warm-up, those are good as well. So if you're getting busy, then stand up and move around so that you can do this cardio section. One more. Good. And let's grab those weights. So we're gonna stay on our knees again because we're already here. 1 or 2 weight. Engaging your core and breathe out. Bring your arms up. Shoulder blades in, abs in. You're gonna extend, breathing out. Extend. Pelvic floor in. Bring it back to center. Make sure you're breathing. Good. So I have a hard time focusing my breathing with my talking and the movement. So don't listen to my breathing. So I want you to make sure that you are breathing out in the movement. Pelvic floor is engaged. So you take a nice breath in, breathing out, pelvic floor in, center and in, and center and relax. I find whenever I'm talking to you that as I'm doing the exercise, this whole breathing thing goes to this side. So we got a 1 minute break and we got one more round, and that'll be it for today. So not too bad. So if you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the corner. That last round, for the get up, you'll have the option to stand. So for that get up, when you're on the floor, you're coming up here, leg in, then you can use your hand here or not, standing up, back down, down, over, same thing on the other side. So hand here or not, standing up. So we're standing up as fast as we can. I know this is not easy. We're starting in 10 seconds. So let's get ready. We're going to do those curtsy, side kick, and let's start with your right leg. Behind, kick, touch. Behind, kick, step. Behind, kick, step. Behind, kick, step. Arms are engaged, core is engaged, so I don't care what you're doing with your arms. I like them up here. It helps me engage my core. But you can have them here. I just don't want them like this. So you can have them here as well. That'll help you with your balance. And that'll help you keep that engaged. It can be a little hard on your shoulders. It's almost over. 5 seconds. Last one. And okay, grabbing those weights for our Cossacks. So this is the strength part. So I'm not looking for speed. Again, you're gonna go down on one side, sending your hips back, then keep it down, sliding over. So you should feel the inner thighs working as well. If you need a little bit more work, bring those weights up here, and in front or just here. You can bring it lower, a little wider, but making sure you're not overstretching here. Abs are in. Think about hands supporting your belly. Breathe. I just want you to breathe here. Every time you think about that exhale, pelvic floor in. I know it's hard in this position. Just try it. You got 5 seconds. And we're going in our big steps. Bring it back to center. Walk your legs in and weights down. Let's step at the end of our yoga mat. Get ready for those wide steps. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Center. 1, 2. Center. So You're gonna go at your own speed here, making sure you're keeping it nice and safe. So especially when you're going backwards, making sure you're lifting those feet, especially when you're trying to go fast, because we don't want to trip on our own heels. So lift, lift. I know it sounds funny, but it does happen. We're more than halfway through this one. See, didn't lift my foot high enough. Under 10 seconds. And last step. And bring it in, grabbing those weights for our curls. So you know where your arms are. So keep them where they were, shoulder blades in place, abs in, and bring your arms up, curling in, and extend, open, shoulder blades engage, curling in, extend, forward, pelvic floor in as you're curling in, and exhaling. Good, so the higher your arms, the harder this one is going to be. And at any time, if you're feeling that you're losing your form, either losing your breathing or you feel your shoulders are coming up, then lower those arms. One more. Okay, and those get-ups. So again, you can give me reaches if getting off the floor is making you dizzy. Get ready, I'm doing a full get-up. So up, up, down, rolling down, and up, up. You can clap your hands at the top if you want. Gives you a little extra. And go at the speed that you can. We need to get off the floor in life, so it's a good skill to have. I know it's not the most fun, but I did not put burpee in the same workout, so it's not too bad. Okay, up, up, down, and up, up. And one more. Good. Grabbing those weights. So we can go back on our knees. If you want to try it standing up, go ahead. I'm just here so that you can see my arms. Shoulder blades in. Lengthen your core. Going over to the side. Center. Up. Over. Pelvic floor in as you're exhaling. Up. So over. Back to center. Up. Over. Center. Make sure your hips are not going over. It's your upper body. Relax the shoulders. Don't be up here. Relax. Up. Keep the elbows bent. If you need to, even a little lower to keep those shoulders away from your ears. Up. It's almost over. Last one. Good. And bring it down. And relax. Perfect. You did it. Great work this morning. And I'm going to get rid of my timer. So we're going to do a little cool down standing. So feet under your hips, you're going to relax the shoulders. I'm going to do that little shoulder sequence. And we're going to add some big movement to it. So feet a little wider than your hips. You're going to bend your knees and relax. Relax your shoulders. We're going to do a little circle here. So I want you to have your neck nice and relaxed. So if you're looking at me and you're here, that's not really relaxing for your neck. So keep your eyes down. Relax. I'm going to try and be very clear. Even if you all go sideways to me, then you can kind of peek at your TV. And then you're going to lift the shoulders up, lengthen your core. You're going to look in front of you and then open up those shoulders and relax. Thinking up, pulling yourself down, little tuck under. Relax the shoulders. Again, one more time. Bring the shoulders a little forward and then up. Lengthen your core. Open up. And relax. Thinking up, pulling yourself down, little tuck under. Taking the one arm, you're gonna slowly pull that shoulder forward. So that arm is just dangling there. I'm keeping my hip in place, lifting the shoulder, pulling it forward. Little stretch in the low back here. Relax. Other side. Up and forward. And relax. Good. Let's lift the arms up in front. Lengthen your core. Bring your arms up towards the ceiling. And open up to the side. And bring it down. Relax. Lift your right arm up behind. Let your left arm dangle. Draw a circle with your shoulder here. Relax. Up to the ceiling and open. Let's do that one more time. Lift the elbow up, circle, and open. Bend the knees. Little tuck under. Lift your left elbow up. Draw a circle forward. Drop up and open. Relax. Lift that elbow up and forward and open. Good, let's do a little stretch for our legs. So feet under your hips, and you're gonna bend the knee. Sorry, you're gonna take your, let's do this one. Bend the knees, and then you're gonna take your leg, straightening out in front. Flex your foot. Lengthen your core, pushing your hips back. Little stretch here. Put your foot down. You might have lost the stretch. If you have, lengthen your core, send the hips back a little bit more. Flex your foot gently, finding the stretch again. Toes towards me. Back to center, foot down, bend both knees, little tuck under, and come on up. Let's stay here. Let's stretch your back calf. So a little bend into your knee, push into that back heel as you're bending. You should feel a little stretch in your back calf. And come on up. Good. Feet together, bend your knees, and strengthen your other leg in front, flexing your foot. Abs are engaged, sending your hips back, finding the stretch in the other leg. Foot down. Abs engaged, pull up out of your hips, then send the hips back. Then flexing your foot, toes to the outside. Center, foot down, bend both knees. Come on up, keep your feet there. Pulling yourself down, push into that back heel, bending the knees, feeling that stretch just in the bottom part of your calf. And come on up. Good. Let's move around a little bit. Moving your feet. And take a deep breath in. And out. And just open. And thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a private message on Facebook. And so hopefully I can't see you online, but hopefully I'll be with you online either Thursday for Eccentric or next week. All right, thanks.